got fired. I never thought I would experience this in my lifetime. I'm a hard worker, extremely dependable, and respectful. Not sure how I could lose a job like this, especially when I only just got it. So I work late and just about every night for the last few weeks at least. I stop by Walmart to get something for dinner. I usually get off around midnight and stop by on my way home. Every time I'm at Walmart, barely anyone is there except for the night crew, stocking up the store and doing their own thing. Now from what I have noticed, they don't have much of a uniform. Many of them are in hoodies or jackets of different colors. Just to add some context, I showed up last night and I'm wearing a hoodie. I begin to walk up and down the aisles trying to figure out what I want for dinner. I'm thinking past to and walk past a few guys who are loading the shelves. All of a sudden, I start hearing this guy yelling. This voice gets louder. Hey! Hey! Are you listening? I turn to look to see what is going on and this guy approaches me. You're late again. Don't think I haven't noticed you walking in the door after 12. I begin to laugh, thinking this guy is joking around. Before I can even say anything, he jumps on me. You think this is funny? Your job must not be important to you. I want you to follow me to the office. Now I'm completely confused and start looking around like I'm on some hidden camera show. He starts to walk off and I turn around and go back to shopping. He comes back a minute later and starts to yell. You want to be fired? Because if you don't come with me now, I will fire you. I start to laugh even harder, then ask him, what's my name? He gives me this puzzled look, so I asked him again, what's my name? Do you even know who I am? He looks at the other guys in the aisle, who have stopped stocking the shelves at this point to watch this event unfold. He then looks back at me, trying to figure out what exactly to say back to me before his head explodes. Good luck filing the paperwork to fire me, when you don't even know my name. I continue to laugh at this whole stupid charade. I pick up some ingredients for spaghetti, trying to give this guy a clue. He storms off and I look at the other guys in the aisle. I'm sure he will figure out eventually, I don't work here. They start laughing and I go on. Can't believe I lost the job I just found out I had in the same night. How an entitled principal abducted my niece since he thought she was skipping class. Edit. A discussion in the comments brought up the idea of epic tales of people getting fired. I keep reading really hilarious stories on this subject in many different subs, like the revenge subs, malicious compliance, etc, etc, so why not give them their very own sub? /you don't work here anymore lady was too long, so I decided on /you are fired. Please help it grow by spreading the word, posting stories, make comments etc, and if people want to help mod it, tell me in a few days when this viral story has died down, or it will drown in all the comments I get on this post. First a little explanation. Here in Germany we have Bundesländer, kind of like the states in the US, but way less independent. Since the school system is up to the BL, they often started their summer vacations at different times. The biggest reason being chaos in the highway system if everybody would want to drive to summer vacation on the same day. Also, this is not a recent story but quite a few years ago. My niece is from Bavaria, I am from Baden-Württemberg. Her summer vacation started a whole week earlier than ours, and she came for a visit with my brother and her siblings. It was like in the morning and we decided to take Doggo for a walk and go to the bakery on the other side of the street of a big school complex. I went in, she stayed outside with Doggo, I came back out and she was gone. Let us introduce our protagonists. PP is Principal Pissant. Me, take a guess. N, niece. I decided to call her on the cell phone, and this was the talk. Niece. Thank God you are calling. Principal, screaming in the background, how dare you take a phone call while I am talking to you? You are in enough trouble for skipping class. As I later found out, he ripped the phone out of her hand, and must have hung up. I realized what must have happened, and went into the school to clear up this misunderstanding, and go right away to the principal's office hoping she would either be there or soon be brought by a teacher. Outside I already hear him screaming at her. PP, Stop giving me a fake name and stop lying. You won't get out of here until I have the truth, and I promise you this will be mentioned in your school certificate. We have grades for general behavior here, and teachers can also write a comment in there. It is something employers care about if you look for an apprenticeship, for example. I did not bother knocking and went right in. Principal, who are you and how dare you just come in here without knocking? Me, I am this girl's uncle. What the hell do you think you are doing here? She does not go to your school. Principal, I guess you were the one on the phone. Nice try, but you will not help her trick her way out of this. I will get to the bottom of this, and I will only release her to her parents. Now get out of my office or I will call the police and have you arrested for trespassing in a school. School are protected places, so you get in way more trouble here for trespassing than usual. Me, I will stay right here to protect my niece from your crazy ass, and calling the cops sounds like a really good idea. After all, you have abducted my niece. So I did the call and just told the police that my niece got abducted and to come to the principal's office ASAP. Principal, do you really expect me to believe your fake phone call? Her until the police is here. He started to shout at my niece again, who was in tears by now. Emmy, stop fucking shouting at my niece. You will not address her till the police is here, or I will shut you up. Principal, that is it. I am calling the police now, to have you arrested and finally find out her real name. So he called the police, only to find out I actually did call the police. Suddenly he was not so sure anymore, and you could tell the cogs in his head were finally start to turn. About 5 minutes later the police finally arrived, and they asked us separately. Here is roughly what my niece told the cops. She was waiting outside the bakery, when principal came onto her like a bat from hell. He screamed at her that he is really fed up with people skipping school the last week before vacation starts, and will make an example out of her. Before she could get a word in edgewise, he grabbed her by the arm really hard enough she got a bad bruise for over a week, and that is what started to get him into real trouble. The cops also took her data, and confirmed she is from Bavaria. They then asked us if we want to press charges and I just said throw the book at him. Principal heard the police saying press charges and suddenly realized he was in real deep shit, so he came over. Principal, hey, this is just a misunderstanding. You have to understand I have to be strict with people skipping school. Me, if by being strict you mean assaulting a 12-year-old so badly she has a handprint from you on her arm that will create a huge rise, abducting her from my care, and wrongfully imprison her in your office while screaming at her and scaring the bejesus out of her, then no, I do not have to understand that. Principal, please, you are completely blowing this out of proportion. I could get suspended without pay over this, and even lose my job. Me, good. Anybody who treats a scared 12-year-old girl like that should never again get to work with kids. In the end he really did lose his job, and I am very glad he did. During the investigation it turned out he was a sorry excuse for a teacher, who belittled kids, who always took the teacher's side no matter how wrong they were, and even had slapped kids on several occasions. He went to court for assault and attempted abducting plus wrongful imprisonment, plus a few more bodily harms against students. He lost job and pension, got 2 years on probation and 500 hours community service with the stipulation it could be nothing that involved kids. He was also forbidden to ever work with kids again. I did not accept their job. Now please let me enjoy my holiday. This happened about 4 years ago when I was looking for work. My second interview was for a marketing position at a new firm. The interview went well and I was offered a trial shift the following Monday. On turning up it became clear that this wasn't a marketing job but a door-to-door sales job for what was basically a huge multi-level marketing. The service was to sign people up for charities on monthly donations. To make matters worse, we were told to lie to consumers about our pay status. We would make a commission effective to their first 2 months' donation. My boss would then get another month and the company would get the rest, equivalent to 6 months' donations. We weren't supposed to tell people that and had to tell them we were salaried. We weren't. I only found out during the trail it was commission only. So far not so good. When they offer me the job, I let them know I have another interview lined up the following day and tell them I'll let them know by the end of the week. The interview goes well. It's a real, albeit temporary role, and I'm offered the job and inform the MLM of my decision. This is somehow a 30-minute call where he's still trying to convince me to work for him with me saying I'm not interested at all. Fast forward to the next Monday and I'm rudely awoken at 9:15 with a phone call. I answer to this. I hadn't saved his number. Me. Hello, me speaking. MLM, where the hell are you? Me. Sorry? Wah. MLM, you were meant to be here at 8:30. This isn't a good start to your first day, is it? Why are you so late? Me. Sorry, but who is this? MLM, it's not the interviewer, from someone. You know the company who you work for? It's too late now, your team has left. You better be on time tomorrow. Me. Sorry, there must have been a misunderstanding. I got offered a job at another place and accepted that role. Sorry for this. MLM, well, you should have told us this. It's not professional to just not turn up and we would have hired someone else. Now your team is short-staffed. Me. I told someone, maybe check with him. Anyway, I need to go. Bye. Hoping this is resolved, I get up and go about my day. Tuesday morning I am again awoken to the same guy demanding reasons for me not turning up to work. Apparently not working for them isn't a valid excuse. This amazing continued until the following Monday, where I was let go for unauthorized absences. When asked if this means he'll stop phoning me, he told me to grow up and be professional about it. Think I dodged a bullet there. Edit. Wow, this really took off. Thanks for the gold. Also updated spelling to would've, should've,